outreach in our process 41,312, which is again almost complete. कुछ ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो अपने आप को इलेक्टोरल रोल में एज ट्रांसजेंडर मार्क नहीं कराना चाहते. हमारी उनसे अपील है कि अगर ऐसे कुछ लोग छूट गए तो जिस फॉर्म में जिस सेंसिटिविटीज के साथ वो अपने आप को अटैच मार्क कराना चाहते हैं, हम उसमें एक कदम उनसे आगे बढ़ के उनकी मदद करेंगे और उनको ऐड करेंगे. नाउ आफ्टर वोटर्स टू गिव यू ए फील एंड ए ओवरव्यू ऑफ द पोलिंग स्टेशंस. There are 58,282 polling stations in the state of Karnataka, of which 20,866 are urban. And I'll tell you what special efforts are required for these urban area per polling stations. Average electors per polling stations comes to 883, and we'll be doing as usual the 50% webcasting, which comes to 29,140. On all these sensitive booths which have been identified, we take 4-5 measures. Either there would be a CAPF, or there would be webcasting, or there would be a micro observer. It's a combination, and cumulatively, through a combination of all of this, we tend to put more vigor and vigil on the sensitive booths. For enhanced voter experience, how do we ensure that voters feel happy, want to come to the booth and take part in the festival of democracy? There would be close to 1,320 polling stations which would be managed exclusively by the women. ये भी उनके हर इलेक्शन में हम कर रहे हैं, उनके एक एम्पावरमेंट का भी पार्ट है. There is a feeling that yes, we can do it, and election exercises in the even remote places. There were booths in the recently held elections which were all managed by the women, including the security personnel. और इसी तरीके से 240 पोलिंग स्टेशंस would be मॉडल पोलिंग स्टेशन, जिसमें इको फ्रेंडली और ग्रीन बूथ्स उनको बनाएंगे. और ये भी एक नया प्रयास शुरू किया है कि जब यूथ नहीं आते हैं वोटिंग में, तो हम पोलिंग स्टेशंस को भी अपने यूथ जो एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं उनसे मैनेज करें. तो जो भी यंगेस्ट एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं, जिस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जो भी अपॉइंटमेंट्स रिसेंट हुए हैं, उन्हीं को ट्रेन करके उनको भी एम्पावर कर रहे हैं. तो इसलिए 224 सच बूथ्स वुड बी सेटअप which would be managed by only the youngest possible the employees of the government, and 100 booths would be managed purely by the persons with disability. We have started another attempt from the last 3 elections, which is an ongoing effort, that we want to make now the availability of AMF almost permanent in all these schools. And here in Karnataka, we are progressing quite well. As you would see on the slide, we are almost 98-97% in terms of all the parameters, which are ramps, toilets, electricity. I am sure that, and hopefully, in this election, the time is still there till the elections polling stations are prepared. Whatever 1 or 2% in each category is left, we have emphasized to the state government, for which we have got a quite firm assurance that they will try and convert 100% facilities in all these schools on a permanent basis. And if this happens, which I am sure, which we are all sure would happen, that's a goal to aspire for the elections coming during the current years, in the later this year, and also the general election. So friends, now coming to the urban apathy. This is one area, as I said, that in Karnataka the areas of concerns would be different. So urban apathy is one, and money power is another, which will come to after this. So in urban apathy, the total voter turnout in the state is 72.4 in 2018. Against this, as you know, the overall country, if you look at the 2019 general elections, तो जो 20 टॉप के कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज हैं जिनमें सबसे कम वोटिंग हुई, उनमें से 9 अर्बन एरिया में, इसके नाम यहाँ दिए हैं, मैं ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ना चाहता, but they are in the top 20. And if you look at the Karnataka, तो जहाँ 72% वोटिंग है, वहाँ बेंगलोर के साउथ, नॉर्थ, सेंट्रल और बंगलोर में वो वोटिंग थ्रू दी नो योर कैंडिडेट एप्लीकेशन. And for political parties, these applications are helping them to file the nominations online and to also apply for the entitlements which they have in terms of passes or in terms of booking the grounds for the election rallies, etc. And it is all strictly, everyone has been instructed to follow first in, first out principle. जिसने पहले अप्लाई किया उसका डिजिटल ट्रेल उसमें रहेगा. ऐसा नहीं कि अप्लाई एक पार्टी ने किया और आपने दूसरी पार्टी को जगह दे दी. नहीं, इट इज ए फेयर एंड लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड विच दे हैव टू एंश्योर. सी विजिल ऐप की काफी प्रचार कर्नाटका के इलेक्शन में किया है, बिकॉज ये वहाँ बहुत रिलेवेंट है. बिकॉज what new challenge we found in Karnataka is, in addition to the youth and urban apathy, is the money power. So this is being popularized a lot, and I'll share with you even before MCC what had happened. MCC will come in force from today, but when we went there, I'll show you, just because of our sincerity on this subject and telling the district officials and enforcement agencies what is the result. I'll show you that. So before coming to that, just to narrate that in recently held elections, total number of polling stations are given here, and there was no repolling. So we want to carry forward this trend. No violence, no repolling, and no और ईवीएम भी बच गई, उनको भी गाली वाली ज़्यादा नहीं पड़ी. सो मतलब उसी चीज़ को आगे बढ़ाने ते हुए हमने वहाँ काफ़ी कोशिश की है कि जितने भी पोलिंग स्टेशंस हैं उनमें आप ऐसे प्रोसेसेस को अपनाएंगे. डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट्स आर ऑन द जॉब, दैट they make the experience for the voter very good, so that they are encouraged to come. And some are working even on applications where if we can tell in advance the queue, so that you can plan your visit to the polling station and avoid standing on the thing. This is also a work in progress. The seizures in the earlier, in these 5 elections, just to tell you the kind of rigor and emphasis जो elections को inducement free कराने में किया जा रहा है. 5 elections जो अभी होके चुके हैं उनमें 18 और 17 में जो इससे पहले हुए थे, 43 करोड़ के अगेंस्ट में 1028 करोड़ का सीजर था. एंड इसमें ड्रग सीजर्स, बिकॉज we are saying liquor, drug, money, freebies, and drug in particular, because वो पूरी की पूरी सोसाइटी को और बच्चों को खराब करने की उनमें क्षमता है. So all enforcement agencies, we have said that there is a absolute strict vigil you have to have on movement of any kind of material which can induce the elections, and fairly. And I'll show you what has happened. We are strengthening our teams in Karnataka to curb the misuse of money power. From 1,900 in 2018, we are increasing to 2,400. These are the teams which will have the sensitive constituencies, expenditure observers we are increasing, assistant observers, flying squads, and all to put extra pressure and make it clear to all political parties and candidates that money power, they have to just zero tolerance, which we are showing from our sides. And just to tell you that the state has 19 districts, total 171 interstate checkposts are being operationalized for this purpose, where Excise Department, Commercial Tax Department, Police Department, and even the Forest Department in areas where the forests are there and there are checkposts. They may not be the highways or the state ways, but there are the points of entry. all places there would be a strict vigil. And nudging towards ethical elections, there are exercises which are being done with the awareness which is being done. Say for instance, this is by the commercial department. And just to tell you, it's another, when we talked about it in Nagaland, from civil society, there were groups formed in the villages, and villagers came out resisting anybody who was trying to bribe the voters in the villages. I'm repeating it here just to encourage and thank those citizens who have helped us in curbing the menace of money power. And you see, we have directed all the enforcement agencies, which include the state police, state excise, narcotics, coast guards, ED, airport authority, state level committees, bankers committee. What is their role, just in brief? जितने एयरपोर्ट्स हैं वहाँ और जितने लैंडिंग एयर स्ट्रिप्स हैं, even choppers, they will all landings will be checked, so that there is no way that they can be used for movement of any kind of what you call the money or something. इसी तरह से जो check posts और special highways which have been identified, and godowns which are in under the commercial taxes department, warehouses, liquor, all have been mapped, so that there is no increase or a trend of goods coming there. Similarly for freebies, eBay bills are being checked to see in any particular district if there is an increase of the material getting entry to those particular districts. SLBC, we have also requested all the banks, directed them actually, that no movement of the vans which carry cash to fill the ATMs will happen during the late hours, so that they cannot be used. At times, such vans are used for carrying cash. All that has been stopped. In terms of what happened in Karnataka after our last visit, which was, see just some pictures. Even MCC has not come into force. And this is across the parties. Freebies, cash, liquor, all that have been started already having been seized. And it is already crossed almost what was seized during the elections last time. And I want to thank the district administration and enforcement agencies on this, because having by and large tackled the issue of muscle power in the elections, this is now the focus and the time that we handle the money power also. And before MCC comes into being, because हमने उनको यही कहा कि MCC का मुहूर्त क्यों देखना है, आपके पास तो सेक्शंस हैं आईपीसी की, अगर कोई भी ड्राइव के लिए वोटर्स को इंड्यूस करने के लिए अगर अभी से सामान लेके आ रहा है, उस पे कैंडिडेट का नाम लिखा हुआ है बैग के ऊपर, कुकर के ऊपर रखे हुए हैं ये गोडाउन्स, इसमें देखिए आप लिखे हुए हैं, नाम भी लिखे हुए हैं, तो उसको सीज करके उस पर क्रिमिनल केस करने के लिए एमसीसी की जरूरत क्यों है? एंड थैंकफुली ऑल ऑफ देम हैव रिस्पोंडेड एंड वी आर श्योर दैट दिस विल पीक नाउ. And again, through your medium, we want to say that citizens also help us by using C-Vigil more and more, and it is our guarantee that in 100 minutes we will not only reach there, we will also report back saying as to what had happened. So friends, now coming to what you have been waiting for, the schedule for the Karnataka Assembly elections for 2023 would be like this. The Gazette notification would be issued on 13th of April. Last date of making nominations would be 20th of April. Date of scrutiny would be 21st April 2023. After that, the withdrawal of the candidature can be up to 24th of April. The polling will take place on 10th of 5 in single phase, and day of counting would be 13th of May. So this is the schedule for the Karnataka elections. There are also some by-elections which are due in the country in various legislative assemblies and parliamentary constituencies. So we are simultaneously announcing the by-elections also. So the by-elections will take place for the assembly in Odisha, Jharsuguda, in UP, in Suar, UPAC 34, 395 Chanabe in UP, Soiyong in Meghalaya in 23, and also in the parliamentary constituency number 4 in Jalandhar, Punjab. So this will fill up all our vacancies till February 2023. So this is the schedule, and I once again, before ending, through the friends from media, I want to appeal to all the voters of Karnataka, young, urban areas, rural area, PBTGs, women, transgender, PWDs, senior citizens, to please come forward and take part in the Festival of Democracy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We'll now be able to take questions.